Sun, moon, stars.
It's a dark night, 2-0. So, you see the beacon of light through that black hole? Greetings, suns and moons, and of course, I have to welcome back all my stars. I'm going to go ahead and get into channeling this energy. Now, first off, I like to say today's daily affirmation is peace be unto you, because that is what you need. Now, Divine Masculine, you are showing up in your rightful energy, and I know it because the Emperor is here with the Earth right up under that. That is telling me that you completed a major cycle. And because you did so, major opportunities are headed your way. Now, my advice for this Divine Masculine is to keep your moves silent. Not because so many want to know what Melchizedek sound like. This is me, I'm Melchizedek. Now that we got that out the way, we know you meant Methuselah. You want to know what Methuselah sounds like. I'm Methuselah. Now, because we know you're no longer in contemplation mode, you are in motion. And what this talks about is you coming out of your headspace and entering into the domain of energy, not synergy. Synergy means you're going through a transmutation. Now, for those that are inquiring about the extra sound effects, these are not things that I'm putting into the reading. These are things that are happening because the reading is happening. And what this talks about is nothing falling in my environment and everything taking place in someone else's. Now, someone is definitely engaged. However, they're not aware that they're already spoken for. Now, this type of divine union comes from Source. Theeegod. And what this means is you already have a spiritual spouse. And because of this, you already know where that wife connotation comes from. That is a man-made contract. When you talk about a spiritual spouse, that is something that is anointed on you by Theeegod. So when you realize that that is a soul mate that you have a soul tie with, you'll understand why your spiritual spouse is the only one for you truly. Now, here in the center, we have the sun. The sun is representing the family unit. Now, you may see the sun as the God, which is true. However, because the sun is revealing the truth about your lineage, what you're about to realize is a frenemy is a part of your heritage. And what this is explaining to you is your birthright. Someone jumped ahead of you for your own heritage. Now, they could be a Capricorn or you are. Nonetheless, there is a Capricorn Aquarius cusp here in the mix. Now, for a certain person, this is talking about an auntie. Now, your friends group could be discussing this, or this is talking about something that is taking place in the office. Now, this something is an incident pertaining to someone's persecution. However, because the person that they were attempting to scapegoat is no longer in the office, things are not turning out the way they expected. Now, you may know of someone's involvement that is currently behind bars, and since this is the case, a future event is going to reveal a puppet master. Now, since this puppeteer is currently realizing that Satan is on its heels, what is going to take place is they or you is going to stop purposely watching the lives to see who is tier 3 members. Now that I know it is you with the I'm going to say that you've been showing up for a while. Now you understand that it is you with the and not me. And now you can proceed to say that you are none of the signs that are on the table, because this whole table is talking about your birth chart. Now, since I have your full attention, you are aware that I know you didn't know anything about your birth chart until you encountered me. And since this is the case, you can rest assured that you are not a divine masculine, nor are you an elect one, and nor did you complete any tough or rough cycles. Now, if you would like to get the heads up, truly the heads up, involving your situation, your career, and your analytics, reach out to me at oracleoftheether@gmail.com and book with me. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be behind the scenes. That is it. What is your name? What is your name? Sargisias Ether.